A hero that helped reel in the cash.
I was in the military for 12 years.
Federal prosecutors say you're listening to a man lie through his teeth.
I was in Iraq. I suffered an injury, and because of that, I had to have a liver transplant.
That's Rudy Conan. He claims to be a war hero who was even awarded a Purple Heart.
A 50 caliber machine gun bullet ripped through his shoulder.
And that's his business partner backing him up.
Rudy was laying there in Iraq, bleeding to death.
You're about to see how a load of military lies helped a group of men fleece investors out of millions. A scam so lucrative, cash had to be stacked against walls, hidden in drawers, even stuffed into an oven.
It's an insult to every veteran, especially those who actually were wounded in combat.
According to prosecutors in the Northern District of Ohio, the lies began with this man, Brad Hubner. He started a business called the BH Group to sell Iraqi currency. And along with his partner, Charles Ameneker, told potential investors that one day Iraqi currency known as dinar would skyrocket in value. And buying it right now could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. Assistant U.S. Attorney Matthew Shepard.
And the promise was that Iraq was going to revalue their currency. That dinar, which was currently 1,100 dinar to the dollar, and then all of a sudden, overnight, the exchange rate would change.
And at the low end of what they were promising, it was about a 70,000% rate of return instantaneously. And I think the high end was well over 100,000%.
He says all investors had to do was buy dinar through BH. On average, the company charged a 20% markup. And investors would get stacks of the Iraqi cash in the mail. Assistant U.S. Attorney Gene Crawford.
They sold massive amounts of Iraqi currency. They were shipping it, people could come in and purchase.
And that's exactly what investigators caught on this undercover video.
Mr. Huber? Yeah. I'd like to go ahead and buy a small amount of dinars right now.
The guy in the yellow shirt?
Okay.
He's the dinar salesman.
To reel in more investors, prosecutors say the group recorded weekly conference calls and posted this infomercial on YouTube.
Welcome to the BH Group. My name is Brad Hubner.
They called the revaluation the blessing. The blessing may be coming around Christmas. You know, it's looking good for the 4th of July.
Prosecutors say BH brought in Rudy Conan, a supposed Wall Street bigwig and Desert Storm war hero. Here's Brad talking up Rudy on a conference call.
Former VP of J.P. Morgan.
And Rudy has a background at being in Iraq. He left part of his shoulder there.
Prosecutors say Rudy did actually join the Marines, but never even made it through boot camp. And as for his Wall Street cred, he worked at J.P. Morgan Chase for one day.
Apparently they discovered he wasn't what he said he was.
Here's Rudy telling investors he'll make them rich.
I talk to my guys on Wall Street. I'm very well connected on the street.
With Rudy in place, prosecutors say the group told investors they were starting hedge funds for all the soon-to-be millionaires. But first, there was an upfront fee. Investors sent BH more than $23 million to buy dinar and some $700,000 for hedge funds that didn't exist. Brad was literally rolling in the cash.
He was making multiple trips to the bank to make sure that his cash deposits at the bank were all under $10,000.
He says the IRS caught wind of unusual financial transactions and began checking in to Brad.
They found stacks of this Iraqi currency everywhere in the office. They were keeping dinar in the stove. They had it in all the cabinets.
Rudy Conan pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 63 months in prison. After trial, Brad Hubner and Charles Ameneker were convicted of wire fraud and more. Hubner sentenced to 87 months in lockup and Ameneker to 33.
Quadrilha de estelionatários é presa em Goiânia. Os bandidos estavam oferecendo títulos e ações de poços de petróleo no Iraque. A proposta atraía pela possibilidade de ficar milionário em pouco tempo. O bando agia no país inteiro.
Dinar é esta nota, a moeda iraquiana. O golpe é mais um esquema que se aproveita da inocência das pessoas que sonham em aumentar a fortuna. A típica promessa: fique rico rápido, sem fazer esforço. 8 pessoas foram presas em Goiânia. A proposta é vender a empresários e outros interessados uma caixa como essa, cheia de títulos e certificados que garantem ao proprietário cotas em poços de petróleo no Iraque. A história é real. Mas o que a polícia goiana descobriu é que todos os documentos que eles apresentavam eram falsificados. A quadrilha, formada por 2 chineses e 4 paulistas, entre eles uma mulher que se passava por intérprete, teria começado a agir em Goiânia esta semana. O grupo já teria praticado esse tipo de crime em São Paulo, na Paraíba e no Ceará, e teria vindo a Goiás em busca de empresários goianos e de Brasília interessados em fazer esse tipo de negociação. Os números são atrativos. 25 milhões de dólares poderiam se transformar em 500 milhões. Se tudo isso aqui não fosse documento falsificado.
Este grupo que está aqui em Goiânia, a documentação apresentada por eles, e tudo que os envolve, trata-se de uma grande farsa para retirar dinheiro de pessoas de bens, lesarem pessoas de bens. Então fico alerta à população do estado de Goiás que essas caixas contendo dinheiro, contendo certificados, dinários, etc., tratam-se de golpes de pessoas que vêm de outros estados para praticarem aqui